You can say they were cooked. You could say they were owned. You could say they're destroyed. You can say the Panthers cleaned up that oil spill in Florida. We'll break it down and more because there's a lot on the score sheet right now on Stanley Cup After Dark here on Teal Town, USA. Good evening, everyone. It is June 9th, 2025. Game 3 is in the books in the Stanley Cup Final, and the Florida Panthers show their might and their frustration. The Edmonton Oilers, big time. 6-1 the final on this one. Welcome to Teal Town After Dark, the Stanley Cup Final Edition. You know where to find us. If you want to be part of the show, chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world and in Sharks territory on the YouTube page or the app. You can find everything at tealtownusa.com. And you want to support the pod, you can always hit us up on Venmo at tealtownusa, or if you're watching us live, hit us up on the YouTube chat. Wow, Jules, wow. What a game, unfortunately, for absolutely all the opposite reasons we were talking about the first two games.
I enjoyed this game. This game made me laugh. This game proves to me that murder is legal in the playoffs. The FBI don't flag me.
Well, there goes our thing. Okay.
So Sam Bennett's gonna get paid a buttload of money.
Sam Bennett. Hell, Brad Marchand might get paid a crap ton of money.
Why did I just see how many shots? Dude, I have... Dude, that's just good. I'm not even good hockey. That was the end of that game did this to me. Yeah. 140 penalty minutes, what was it?
Yeah. Yeah, 140 penalty minutes and everything. Going through the chat, Hank Vesuvius, Nurse looks gassed in this fight with Jonah Gadjevich.
I think anyone would be gassed in a fight with Jonah Gadjevich. The fucking photo floating around of him is really funny.
Oh, that's terrific. Gotta love Florida's response every time the Oilers tries. Everyone is going, yeah.
I mean, that's Florida for you.
Yeah, a net front presence. Thank you, and good to see you. Watching this game beyond the second half of the first sucked. Edmonton's motivation died. Honestly, not much for Teal Town to talk about in this game other than Edmonton rocked from puck drop to buzzer. I mean, it was... I don't want to say it was over at 56 seconds, but it felt like it was over at 56 seconds, Jules, when Brad Marchand making 1-0.
The thing is, I was on the phone with you when that goal happened, and you were like, you will never guess who just scored. And, like, low-key, I thought Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid went superhero mode. But then when I learned that Brad Marchand scored 50 seconds in, it felt over. I thought they got it back for a second there when Corey Perry made it 2-1. But that momentum lasted about maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean... No, not even that. Looking at it, a minute 20 of game time play. It was just crazy. Let's go over it really quick. 56 seconds in, Brad Marchand with his 8th just finds a loose puck to score to make it 1-0 Florida. That definitely gets everything going. Later, I think on Florida's 4th power play of the period, Carter Verhaeghe made it 2-0 with a shot that honestly, I think Skinner needs to have.
Yeah, for sure. That was also just a really good shot by Verhaeghe. Like, he picked a corner and he just ripped that shit. So I'm not too on Skinner for that one. I think Edmonton also just wasn't on their game today. Like, Edmonton came out like as flat as a disc, right? Like, yeah.
Right. I would have to say, and because of that, they had that power play mainly because, dude, Bobrovsky flopped. I'm not going to... I mean, there was contact with Arvidsson, no doubt about that. But, I mean, He fell quicker than
Yeah.
a Jenga board or a Jenga stick.
Yeah. You see, so Sam Bennett has tried to injure Stuart Skinner multitudes of times, and I think Edmonton learned from that, and they decided let's try to injure Bobrovsky, but they didn't really do that, and Bobrovsky more just kind of fell over and embellished the shit out of it. So
Yeah, I that just I was like, okay, so that's how this game is gonna go. All right. Just a reminder, refs for tonight's game: Wes McCauley and Francis Sharon. Well, just leave.
they had a game.
They had a game for sure. I mean, boy, oh boy. We'll get to the refs, taking over the spotlight in the Stanley Cup final. I'm sure Steve Dangle is having
Steve
fun.
Dangle was doing push-ups on his stream, and I need to figure out why.
Probably need to get the frustrations out. Hank Vesuvius, how many shots deep are we, Jules? None.
None.
Show the coffee.
I have coffee instead.
Why? I don't know if she's drinking coffee.
I was doing a lab report. I wanted to drink a coffee.
Yeah.
The amount of dumb penalties that were look, there were a few penalties, and we were watching this on the Discord where I just started laughing. I'm like, what are you thinking? Like, what are you doing? Like, how many penalties did Edmonton take in the first?
Great question. I can pull that up for you.
Like, I could easily pull up this stat, but I'm just too lazy. Like, the amount of penalties they took in the first is basically playing with fire. They had 7 guys on the ice at one point. 7! What are you doing?
So
We don't even have that bad of line changes in beer league.
Yeah. Edmonton took 4 penalties. So did Florida, for that matter. Evander Kane.
One period?
In the first period alone, we had Lundell tripping, Evander Kane cross-checking, Evander Kane high-sticking.
Evander Kane took 2 penalties after coming out of the fucking box.
Yeah.
He stepped out on the ice again and took another fucking penalty. You want to lose the cup? Again? Sorry.
No, don't be. Ekblad tripping, Sam Bennett high-sticking, Victor Arvidsson goaltender interference with a flop.
Alexander's comment.
And Lundell roughing by on Bouchard. Go ahead.
Sorry, today's game is an indictment of why brass knuckles and tasers should be allowed in the playoffs. I mean, anything's legal apparently in the playoffs, so I don't fucking know, man.
I think the more than anything is just how the heck does Edmonton lose its composure that bad? I mean,
I don't know, man.
And Evander Kane was off his game completely tonight, and it just was get worse and worse and worse.
Oh my god. How many Evander Kane minutes? Jesus, penalty minutes. Let's find out how many penalty minutes.
While I do that, we are getting some quotes from all the insiders. This is from Chris Johnson, from Jake Wallman. I mean, it's for the Stanley Cup, so fuck. There's not an inch out there. It's a grown man's game out there. There's not for the faint of heart. Guys are putting everything on the line, If you're in Canada, you're laying it on the line.
16 minutes to answer your question of how many penalty minutes Evander Kane.
That's it?
Yeah, because he got 4 minutes in the first period, and then he got 2 for slashing, so 6, and then he got a 10 misconduct, so 16.
Yeah.
Felt like way more though.
Hank, I want to know where you saw my calves. I mean, like, what?
Aren't they on the OnlyFans?
I didn't know you uploaded those. Did you put them up with your yoga pants or something?
Yeah, my yoga. It's the shorts that I wore for the NBHL. They're up with those.
No wonder the guy was focused on you there. Okay. Like seriously, if you were to see this, it's
no, like those shorts they give you in NBHL, like they call them women's running shorts. There's no way those are women's running shorts. Those are women's booty shorts all day.
So if you want access to that, you can hit us up on the super chat, and Jules will DM them to you on Twitter.
Absolutely not.
That'll go with a $150 donation for me to wear a tank top at what did we say? At Prospects Range?
I think it's live. I think you wear the tank top live on the pod, right?
Okay.
Calf
Gotcha.
meaning baby cows.
I don't know. Oh my gosh.
What is
Anyways,
happening?
back to the game. So second period starts. Edmonton gets a power play. Corey Perry, because older guys and paying the butts, we'll put that lightly there, are the ones that are getting the goals here. It seems like in this final, his 9th of the playoffs. Be like, oh yeah, you want to try and tie me, Marchand? Well, I'll score another one there. But Corey Perry puts it in a great spot, and you thought maybe they're back in this game, but
had a sliver of hope. So
Oh.
the thing is, I picked Edmonton in 7, and so Edmonton has a real shot here, making me look like an absolute idiot. So I'd appreciate if they get their shit together. No, look, like in full honesty, like I fully thought for a solid 2 minutes that they would get back into it. But like you look at when that goal was scored. Oh, Jules, you're not prepared. Why is the NHL website not up? But like I think Reinhardt scored what, like 2 minutes later? What was it?
Yeah, it was like a minute 20 later, 3 minutes in.
And you're like, that's gone. Florida Panthers. Edmonton's done.
Yeah. And it was 3-1 there. Then 4.5 minutes later, Bennett with his 14th.
With a disgusting goal.
That made it 4-1. Then you see McDavid, getting hit while up the ice.
Clean hit,
totally fine. Nothing wrong with it. Just goes awkwardly and down, and it just seemed like I mean, that was probably
everything that could go wrong went wrong for the Oilers.
Oh, absolutely. And I just love how what was it? Let's see. And there's only one penalty in that second period. Darnell Nurse cross-checking Anton Lundell. But whenever the Panthers started their shit up, boy howdy, Tkachuk goes in there, lays a shot, starts the chaos, and linesman save me. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tkachuk and Barkov though have only had 1 assist combined in this series. And friendly reminder, Florida's up 2-1.
Yes.
Also, Luostarinen has 12 apples in the playoffs. Talk about a good performance.
Might be decent.
He got 2 apples tonight. Nate Schmidt, I think, has had 5 apples in this series. Well, no. He's on a
had 5.
He had 5, and now I see 9. So no way Nate Schmidt got 4 apples tonight. No, that must be wrong.
Let me see here.
Schmidt, I know Nate Schmidt has 5 apples in the series for sure, because he's been on a fucking tear this series.
He had an assist tonight. Mm-hmm. Nate Schmidt in his last 5 games, 5 assists in the Stanley Cup final in 3 games.
Yeah, he's been on a rampage, to say the least. Good for Nate Schmidt. Went back to Paul Maurice, and he seems to be figuring life out again.
Yes, indeed. When he was with Winnipeg, both of those guys did their thing. Third period hits, and let's just say, when it gets uglier and uglier, it gets uglier and uglier, and
it just got worse.
Yeah, it just got worse. Skinner takes a puck over the glass penalty. You just knew that was coming. Janmark, just gets more and more. But during that puck over the glass penalty, Ekblad, future Shark Aaron Ekblad,
he got punched in the face a few times today by Jake Wallman, ex-Shark.
See, all kinds of Shark details going on here. That's why we do this. His 4th of the playoffs makes it 5-1. That's when they put Pickard in, or Calvin Pickard, however you want. If you're a Star Trek fan or whatnot, there you go. And then the chaos begins. You have a roughing mark with Janmark going after Greer. Brad Marchand takes a hooking call against McDavid, but okay, whatever. They had to call it to make it interesting. Then the brawl.
When was the last time we saw a full line brawl in playoffs?
It's
In
been
in the Stanley Cup, at least, like the finals.
it's been a while. I know Felix was texting me uh, during the third period, and he's like, "I don't remember the last time a major was called in the playoffs."
It's
And
been a hot minute.
he was thinking it went all the way back from St. Louis to Winnipeg, if I'm not mistaken,
Might have.
in round one. I just want to say that's just a little crazy if that's the case.
NHL roughing. Hey, again, I've said
Tough.
this before, and I've said this again. You can murder people in playoffs. Murder is allowed. Like, tell me murder is
Usually
not
one-
allowed after what we
well,
saw today. Don't mind,
Usually one team.
but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Felix was saying Edmonton needs to chill. The league has basically set a precedent that because the Florida Panthers have been winning the way they have, this is okay. Yeah, the Oilers have lost their composure this game. Which is what exactly Florida wants. Like the playoffs, they're a much mental game as it is a physical game. And yeah, and it's totally the case. Let's see. Yeah, in my head, treating every misconduct as a fighting major, but realistically, I think Nurse versus Gadjewicz might be the first one of these playoffs. I can't remember seeing any other tilts from an earlier series. If there were, I mean, that was like round one, Jules.
Yeah, it was round one. I don't remember seeing any. Maybe the Dallas Edmonton series, or am I? Someone tell me I'm making that up. I swear Dallas Edmonton had a fight. But I could be very wrong, so don't quote me on that. No, look, like Edmonton towards the end of the game took the route of we're gonna try to injure your best players.
And they were going after Matthew Tkachuk.
I mean, yeah, they were going after
Sam
Tkachuk.
Bennett.
They tried to injure Bob. They Trent Frederick punched Sam Bennett in the back of the fucking head. And missed, and then cross-checked him in the back of the head. Something along those lines.
Or the Lindell gets cross-checked by what was it? Oh gosh, I can't think of it. There was Wallman and it was Nurse.
Nurse, yeah.
It was Nurse that cross-checked, and they take the penalty. I mean, the guy goes down pretty easy. I'm starting to think these guys learned from the 2011 Canucks on how quickly to go down.
I mean, to be fair, Vander King got the dumbest cross-checking penalty call ever today, where it was just an obvious it was a cross-check, don't get me wrong, but they typically don't call it. But the guy just flops, and then they'll call it, right?
Yeah.
I think
it's just unreal. And then Wallman takes a shot at him, and he goes down really quickly. Then he starts squirting, the water bottle across the bench, and Brian Boucher on the TNT broadcast is like, "What are you doing, man?"
Honestly, at this, I honestly was just laughing. Like someone in the Discord, I think it was Pat, was like, "I want this to go another period just to see Edmonton's bench keep shrinking."
Oh, it was ridiculous. I mean,
like they had more players than we did. They had less players than we did for beer league at one weekend.
I think they were forced to put out like Draisaitl for a little bit just because they were running out of players and they're getting tired in there. But Paul Medina, I think Florida has it by the bag again. AO asking, how did the state of Florida get so good at hockey out of nowhere? First Tampa, and now Florida, hella good.
Yeah, they've made like 6 Eastern Conference Finals. It's ridiculous.
I mean, since 2020, they've been in it. And let's be honest here too.
The sweep.
Yeah, ever since that you're spot on. Ever since Tampa lost to Columbus in the sweep,
it's been all Florida
it changed.
Conference Final.
Yeah,
it's like Columbus unleashed a monster.
But it also is ownership who gives a damn. It's also management Yeah, Bill Zito. You can even go back to Steve Eisman when he took the reins of turning around the Tampa Bay Lightning. Just get rid of the damn Red Wing lookalike uniforms for fuck's sakes. You drive me nuts every time you play Toronto. Or Julien Brisebois doing great things for Tampa. I mean, they've turned it into a hockey state, and good on them. That's what they needed for a very long time. I know somebody was mentioning about a dynasty. You could say the state of Florida is a dynasty of sorts.
I mean, they've won 4 Stanley Cups in 6 years, the state of Florida, and made the Eastern Conference all 6 years.
Yeah.
And made the Cup final all 6. No, they made
Yeah.
the Cup final all 6 years. No, who was Vegas? Yeah, all 6 years.
Yeah.
It's been Florida in
Because
the
it
Cup
was
final.
Dallas, Tampa, and Tampa won. 2021 was Montreal, Tampa. Tampa won. 2022 they lost to Colorado.
Yeah.
Tampa did.
It's been all literally Florida in the Stanley
Yeah.
Cup finals for the last 6 years and in the Eastern Conference finals. And they've won 4 out of 6.
Yep. With the exception of Colorado and Vegas.
Colorado and Vegas, who were juggernauts.
On a slightly completely off subject, where do you park at SAP Center? Behind in the main parking lot A, B, and C.
Coming up next on Teal Town Live.
Yes. B40 Panthers are the greatest playoff team since the 80 to 84 Islanders.
If they make a 4th, yeah.
They're starting to get there. I don't think they're just quite yet.
They're not there yet, but they'll get there.
But they are definitely playing a brand of hockey that's intimidating and used, to be an absolute wagon for sure. B40, first time seeing you in here, so thank you very much for joining us here. Net front presence. No one used to care about the Battle of Florida. Now it's a spectacle. I think Tampa is going into a rebuild, so that's kind of coming to an end, but Florida is in their prime window. Florida is going to have some decisions to make very soon. So,
no, Florida's gonna be interesting for sure because Martian's a UFA, Bennett's a UFA, Fudgy, what's his name? Aaron Ekblad's a UFA, right?
yep.
So it's gonna be interesting to see who goes, who stays, who disappears. You know what I mean? And regarding your note on Tampa, I think Tampa's in an interesting situation. They haven't made it out of the first round since they made it to the Cup final in 2022, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because they lost to Toronto in 23. They lost to...
Who did they lose to last year?
I thought it was Florida.
Yeah, I think it was Florida. And then this year they lost to Florida again. No. Yeah. So. Yeah. I'm right. So, it's going to be interesting to see what they do, right? Because that organization, I don't think takes that well. So I'm curious what Brisebois pulls out of his pants here and if they make another splash in free agency, because don't forget all of them, they lost their captain and just replaced them with Jake Gensel, and Jake Gensel had a monster year. So it'll be interesting. I don't think they're in a full rebuild mode yet because they do have Nikita Kucherov and the Andrei Vasilevsky and Jake Gensel and Braden Point. And they're replenished a little on the young side with Connor Geekie. So I'm curious what they do. Sorry, that went into a whole Tampa rant, but
no, that's fine. I think they're going to have one more year.
They'll have one more at it.
I think they'll have one more year at it, and then I think they're going to have to start doing some retooling.
Oh, 100%.
So we'll see how it goes. But Florida, like I said, I think they're going to have to make some decisions soon. A lot of guys are going to be wanting a lot of money. I mean, you look at Bennett. You look at Marchand. Marchand was considered.
Marchand's going to get paid, and so is Sam Bennett.
And look at about Aaron Ekblad.
You can't keep all three. I mean, I know people are upset about the whole tax stuff, which, by the way, real quick, that was never a problem. No one cared about that 5 years ago. The Florida teams and stars are just good right now, and everyone's freaking out about it. But I don't think they can keep all three. I think Sam Bennett's probably going to get over 10 million. It's going to be like a ridiculous contract. The cap's going up by like $1 bajillion, right?
Yeah.
Like some team is going to give Sam Bennett a buttload of money.
And you also look at Nate Schmidt, 33 years old, helping himself out at the same time. Let's see how much money does Florida have going into next season? I'm really curious. And not that everybody doesn't have cap money, but 30, so 14, 61. I'm sure this is great audio if we were putting on it. 61, not the least of which,
Pittsburgh and Tampa are going to pull a Detroit Red Wings, ignore the problems for years to come. Pittsburgh is going to be fascinating. Tampa, I'm curious. I think Tampa has at least 2 more years before they have to rebuild, per se.
Yeah.
They don't have their first round pick next year. I don't believe, because of some dumb trade. I might have been the Tanner Jeannot deal, actually. So they might not even have their first round pick next year. Dude, that Tanner Jeannot deal is so dumb. Or is it this year? I don't remember, but they don't have their first round pick. So I don't think they'll be out here trying to tank for Gavin. Pittsburgh, I think they need a retool. I know they hired Muse as their new head coach.
Yes, Pittsburgh, yes.
So Pittsburgh's in a situation where they need to refill that cupboard, and they've been going at it, and they'll probably get like a decent player here, like a Victor Eklund, or maybe if a Roger McQueen falls, or a Radim Murtka, or a Jackson Smith. Like one of those guys could fall to them. They'll get a solid player in this year's draft, but they're not. That player isn't going to help them like then and now.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that front president. Hey, how about that combine?
We didn't talk about the combine.
I mean, all I'm going to say is that it makes me feel even more out of shape than I already do. So
yeah, like some of these kids are just insane. No, I mean, look, I think the obvious is that the top 2 picks are pretty much settled. I know the Athletic was like, there's smoke that the Sharks might go for Caleb Denoyers. They know? Yeah, that's not happening. I think it's Matthew Schaefer, Michael Misa, and we'll talk about that at our draft preview, June 18th, I think. So stay tuned for that. You get to hear my top 10. And Mark's top 10, and Ian's top 10, and Puckeye's top 10, maybe.
What? No.
You're not doing a top 10?
Oh, no.
Dude, the top 10 in the draft is so fun, because after 2, no one knows what the fuck's going on.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, Panthers take this one 6-1. Game 4 is Thursday at 5 p.m. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one indeed. If Edmonton can compose themselves and get back into
dumb penalties.
Right.
You have the 2 best players in the world. You're fine. You have an actual competent defense for a change. You're fine. Just don't take dumb penalties.
From Chris Johnson, Connor McDavid said, I don't think our best has shown up all series long, but it's coming. It's the Stanley Cup final, Connor. I'm sorry, but holy shit. If you're waiting on putting out your best effort, you kind of need it for 2 weeks.
Sportsnet stats. Sorry.
Go for it.
Most combined penalty minutes in a Stanley Cup final game. Flames and Canadiens, 1986, Game 4, 176. Panthers at Golden Knights, 2023, Game 2, 148. Canucks at Bruins, 2011, Game 3, 145. Oilers at Panthers, 2025, Game 3.
Not even top 3. That's
not even top 3. That's lame.
Sad. But let me ask you. Did it look like the Panthers were playing the Sharks tonight?
Yes. A little. Talk about dump. No, it more looked like the CUDA. And I don't mean that in an offensive way to the CUDA. I just mean like by the dumbass penalties the Oilers were taking. Like they just couldn't compose themselves. It like the first goal went in and everyone just fell apart.
Yeah, it's.
Are we talking about dinners? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Dinners. Yes, of course. Because that became a big thing. Oh, the Sharks took out Michael Misa,
You
and
know, the Chicago Blackhawks didn't take anyone out for dinner. So
they're going to draft no one now. So
yeah, that's the yeah. Sorry, Bedard.
my question to you is where they went in Buffalo for dinner.
Probably some steakhouse. Don't they always go to the same steakhouse?
I don't know.
I feel like Misa said he ate way too much steak or something like
I,
that.
I almost wonder though if like all the teams have tables and then just the players just rotate through like every 20 minutes. Like
No,
one day
apparently it
you're
was
gonna
like
get an appetizer with the Sharks. Next day you're gonna get a full course meal with the with the
Buffalo
Islanders.
Chop House. No, I think
So
the Sharks took out 4 players to dinner, and I don't know who the other 2 are, but I know they took out Misa and Schaefer. I'm assuming there's a report that they really like Frundell and Desnoyers, I think I heard also. But I'm not an insider, so do not take
does
anything I
does
say
that
here.
concern you that
No.
maybe they moved down,
No.
but they're looking at players that are not Misa and Schaefer?
I genuinely think the Sharks are taking Misa. I think that's pretty solidified. Like, I really don't think they're gonna galaxy brain this. I think the
You would
other
hope not.
picks might have been later round picks, like a Blake Fiddler or a Henry Bursevich, or they might have taken Frundell out. They might have taken Desnoyers. They might have taken Hagens, but I really doubt it. We have a James Hagens at home. First of all, that's a Wolves. We have James Hagens at home. Like JDS said this, and everyone said, like, we don't need James Hagens. He is a Nashville Predator, pred in and pred out. So
Or is he a New York Islander and then we just get into whole chaos mode?
no, I think I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it's the pick is I with 75% confident will be Misa come June.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason to galaxy brain this, right?
Unless Greer gets some sort of insane deal for 2.
Like, unless
Misa.
Chicago's that desperate. Like, if Chicago's offers you like Sam Renzel, this is not a real offer, by the way, so Blackhawks fans don't come at me. But like, if they offer you like one of their good, and I mean good young D-man prospects, which they have a few of them,
Right.
especially right D, you maybe consider. But I tweeted this out today. Just pick Misa and run.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
And now that we know that he wants to come here, of course. Alexander Provenzano, it's all about Outback Steakhouse.
It's always about Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, God.
You always have to have Outback Steakhouse.
It's
No, they took their prospects to Taco Bell.
Hey, if it's a Taco Bell cantina, what a selling point for a view. That's all I'm going to say. But
Michael Misa, come to San Jose. We have down in Pacifica, there's the nicest Taco Bell.
the most beautiful Taco Bell ever, not the least of which going back to Outback Steakhouse, Queensland chicken and shrimp for the win. That pasta is something else. So, all right. On that note, I think that's our sign to wrap it up.
To wrap up.
Yes. All right. In case you missed anything or you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or on YouTube, because we haven't been putting the Stanley Cup games on the audio site since it's just a fun chat about teams that are not the San Jose Sharks, because we haven't made a cup final in 9 years. So, okay. Sorry. So final thoughts?
Edmonton in 7.
Sticking by it. I like it. Hopefully a bounce back win for the Oilers to keep this series interesting, because if it's 3-1, I don't know.
No, it's over.
And I'm trying to think, when was the last time a non-Canadian team hoisted the cup in Canada? I want to say it was 2011 with the Bruins, if I'm not. If
the 3-1 comeback? No, that was last year.
No. The one. No. That the opposing team won the cup on Canadian ice.
Oh, yeah, I
'Cause
think that was the Bruins probably. Yeah.
yeah, 2011, I'm trying to think.
Did they? I thought they.
Yeah, because that was Game 7, and that's when the Vancouver riots started.
Oh, yep.
Had to be. So, all right. We will be back with you Thursday.
Thoughts, baby crocodiles are cute. Baby snakes are cute. Hi, Ian.
Oh, God. Game 4 Thursday, 5 p.m. on TNT and CBC. So we'll be looking out on that. Until then, thanks for watching. Keep it real. Keep it teal. Keep it real, teal. Have a good night, everyone. We will see you on Thursday.